changes stances and lands.
He ruthlessly breaks the opponent's bones. Tawanchai is a new star who went through the brutal Thai fights with blood and sweat straight to the stars of the fighting world. He is like a bloodthirsty berserker who has 2 axes instead of hands, chopping through his enemies.
On fire early here, Tawanchai hits him with the right.
At the age of 25, Tawanchai has already become the champion of the popular organization One Championship. And today, we will show you the most stunning knockouts of the Thai killer. This is Boxing Game, and here we go. Tawanchai was born in 1999, in the same place where the most legendary Muay Thai fighters were born and raised, in Thailand. From an early age, to channel his power in the right direction, he was sent to a local gym for a hellish training where the coach recognized his talent. The young Unicum was immediately sent into ruthless fights with experienced fighters. The naive youngster celebrated his every victory with the dance of the champion, but the next opponent was so intimidating that he interrupted the joy hula and replaced it with the tango of death. At the very beginning of the fight, the spirit of ancient Muay Thai awoke in Tawanchai. The audience was able to see the real martial art. Tawanchai decided to finish the performance with an explosive move that his opponent's liver couldn't withstand. After this victory, the Thai bounty hunter continued his march. Making a red carpet of blood, Tawanchai made his way to Asia's top One Championship organization. There he was welcomed with open arms by Sean Clancy, Conor McGregor's compatriot, who was just as powerful as him in terms of hitting power. He made a bloody mess in the ring, from which he got out untouched.
Chops away, and it's all over.
But Tawanchai was of a different mold. From the first seconds, Tawanchai's legs hit the Irishman's head harder than cheap whiskey. Clancy decided to catch the Thai on his own line, but Tawanchai didn't fall for his tricks. The deadly Thai decided to make a Halloween mask out of Sean's face with a couple of powerful blows. And then the Thai makeup artist showed him his trademark tomahawk, which cuts the faces of his opponent. Tawanchai was bored with these games, and with one sharp blow, he gave Sean a game over. After such a fantastic knockout, the young Thai was guaranteed a wave of hype, but Samapech Fairtex was carried ashore with a portion of fame, and he was going to stop the Thai. In his arsenal of hard punches, he hit his opponents as if he had brass knuckles under his gloves. From the start of the fight, he used his whip-like kicks. But Tawanchai wanted to keep the audience's attention focused on himself, so he took his opponent backstage.
To start getting into that rhythm, like you said, Mike.
Very light on the lead feet. Good push kick.
The killer Thai went like a hurricane across the ring, causing Fairtex to lose his sense of balance like a drunk girl in a bar.
The angle, depending on what his opponent's doing, is backing up.
Oh, dropped him! And Mitch, once again, it's flawless. I cannot fault Tawanchai.
Look at that.
The Thai tried to punch his opponent's body, but his armor didn't allow him to finish the fight. Tawanchai then decided to aim higher and blow his head tower off.
On fire early here, Tawanchai hits him with the right. Now it's a knockdown. Steady, it's over. It's over. A TKO in the first side of the round. And done it without raising a drop of sweat.
Look at that. He's throwing combinations. He's not.
Tawanchai became a national pride and a real sensation in the ring. Naturally, potential opponents immediately lined up to try and throw him off that peak. Nicholas Larson, nicknamed the Dream Chaser, volunteered to take his glory.
Oh, flying knee, that's it, that's all she wrote.
Only the Thai predator didn't have a dream. He has a path on which Larson was the next obstacle.
ความฝันมีกันทุกคนครับก็อยู่ที่ว่าใครจะทำเป้าหมายของใครให้สำเร็จก่อนครับ
From the first seconds of the fight, Larson began to put out the flash of the rising star. But caused the reverse effect, and Tawanchai got even more fired up.
Tawanchai off guard with this pressure, but Tawanchai's firing right back. He's coming in tight, trying to get close, but he's running to these. Look at that.
The Thai launched heavy artillery that took the Danish antagonist to the net.
Tawanchai to the right side of the body. Good front kick forward far tonight. Inside leg kick, then upstairs.
Right through the guard.
Tawanchai said he would beat that Larson.
While Larson was barely on his feet, Tawanchai loaded up his killer hooks and unleashed them in public.
Here a few times before. Beautifully done.
A real featherweight.
A left hand.
The ruthless Thai shattered Larson's dream of victory with a couple of powerful punches, after which the Dane went to count the stars.
Comes right down the middle. Perfect placement, footwork.
After his incredible performances, he was given a fight for the featherweight title. His opponent was Jamal Yusupov, a cold-blooded Russian whose rage was like that of a wild bear. Tawanchai's thirst for the belt was so strong that he didn't let his opponent stand in the ring for a minute. The fatal Thai turned the Russian's bones into ashes with a single blow and decorated his waist with a well-deserved belt. His next fight was scheduled against a real butcher, David Kiria. He was known for turning his opponent's faces into chops in a fight. Nature rewarded him with merciless punches that the opponents could not withstand.
He hasn't shaken off the cobweb. Kiria could finish him. Cal wobbling, stumbling.
From the first seconds of the fight, David pinned Tawanchai to the ropes, forcing him out of the ring area. However, our hero managed to get out from under the onslaught and use his main trump card.
His hands full with the floor fight winning.
The ruthless Thai immediately began to cut his opponent down. Then he aimed higher and began to bombard him. David proved to be resilient and launched a counterattack, but our hero quickly stopped the pathetic attempt to fight back.
But Kiria's doing a good job of keeping it. Kiria has a 43% knockout percentage. Kiria's power.
Tawanchai's blows were so powerful that they broke through a crack in the opponent's defense, thus writing Kiria into the death note.
As long as his body allows, but Kiria didn't step off, he didn't angle off, he didn't shock absorb with the left arm.
In the next fight, Tawanchai's homeland sent him a worthy opponent. It was Joe Natawut, the warrior who had shed the blood of the most intimidating fighters in the ring.
Oh, there's the right hand.
It was as if the strength and fearlessness of gladiators who fought to the death were embedded in his DNA.
Which shows that survival mode. Voice up, backed up. Joe, master of world champion strikers and
Already in the fight, he used the most uncompromising manner of fighting, with which he wanted to put our hero in a wheelchair.
He plans on hitting another gear. Forward through these kicks, and Tawanchai had trouble adjusting to that because
Tawanchai also made sure that his opponent's body was made of steel.
Going to the body kick, that body kick doing good work, and he sweeps.
Joe started hitting the young man as if he were a father giving another lesson in parenting.
Best round so far of the fight. Well, it is evident the power.
he just kept coming forward.
And then hugged his opponent as if he were a pillow at night. But Tawanchai got bored with the hugs and decided to turn the game in his favor. The two Thais merged in a brutal brawl, showing people a real bloodbath.
Nothing. He said, you guys have to show up. Nice shot. We are nearing the end. So far, Nadawan hasn't been able to land anything.
Position again.
reluctant to throw and isn't unloading with that.
But still, Tawanchai had more gas tank capacity than his opponent, and he was sure to take advantage of it.
Left eye, too.
Yeah, I think he's having trouble seeing out of that arm.
Doesn't want to have his back on the circle. Tawanchai being aggressive.
Inside is looking to close that distance.
The fight was over, and Tawanchai deservedly earned another victory. To this day, he continues to write his great story, and it is as if he is carving his own sculpture. The young phenomenon gives motivation to a new generation by his own example. Soon we will see him become a legendary fighter, and his name will be engraved with golden letters in the Martial Arts Hall of Fame. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.